Godly versus AmGG. We've seen AmGG with some good upsets so far this bracket.
Yeah, this should be good. It looks like we're going right into winner semi, so we're hopping right to the winner side of top 8, right? Winner of this gets guaranteed top 3. Neither have lost yet today. But AMG, oh my gosh, dude. Yeah, it's like, oh man, that was looking pretty rough. But I think down sig, all right, Godly trying to swing back. But even with that, I mean, things are still looking pretty good for Godly, all things considered. You know, you got chopped up there, but individually, these singular hits from the Chakram do not do whole loads of damage, right? It's kind of more so the fact that you get caught in a juggle situation, and then by the time you get out of it, you've been hit 15 times, and it adds up to something decent.
I mean, it's like that old saying, you know, I will adjust it for Brawlhalla, but you know, knockout by 1,000 cuts. Like it really is. It takes 1,000 light attacks from those Chakrams to be able to get a stock, but it is so proficient about getting them in and extending those strings that it really does just start to add up on you.
But we can already see, I mean, AmGG already made 2 pretty good upsets today. Getting kind of stifled a bit by Godly on this Wushang, who, you know, was missed at the Royale. I actually think that he missed check-in on Start GG for the qualifier for that tournament, I think.
Yeah.
And so we haven't gotten to see Godly play in a minute, you know, but I'm happy to see Zevi back. He's looking pretty good. The Shang is looking good. And AmGG, despite being able to make so many upsets today, is struggling with, you know, a player who has been considered the best in EU for long stretches of time, you know?
Oh yeah, for sure. Especially since he came back on the scene a few years ago. It has definitely been the Godly show for the most part over in the EU region. And you're right, we have not had a chance to really take a look at Godly so far this year because of how the Winter Champs, unfortunately, turned out for him.
Oh, no way. That move never loses.
Never loses. Apparently, staying off of Chakrams is its kryptonite.
Insane.
He literally jumped right into
it, dude. Like, maybe Wushang has been there, bro. Maybe they were right.
No. But no, great contestant, can't say words, from AmGG there.
Okay, let's see. What's the answer here from Godly? I mean, still pretty comfortably in the lead, and you're Wushang, right? You can just go ahead and let those 6 fly. You're going to eat 4 hits for it, though. 5, actually, and 6. Yeah, he's still chopping. Yeah, so now you're kind of rethinking about whether or not 7. All right, YOLO ground pound. Get him out of here. Still not enough. Doesn't have a weapon to guard with. Another spear is here. Another ground pound will probably knock out, but AmGG's pretty much brought this back, right? Got that downlight into downlight. True combo. What's the answer here? Beautiful dodge on the weapon throw from AmGG. Godly struggling to get the final blow, and that's all AmGG needs to bring things back. The side air, almost enough. Godly gonna recover high, and then tries to even shrink his hurt box by going for the ground pound. Does not matter. Gets caught by the Chakram, and now Godly playing with the deficit. Can't find this final hit. Maybe an N-Light on Gauntless will do it.
It's a great usage of both the stances off of Chakram, sending him out there with the Fuse Sayer, bringing him back, sending him back out there, sending him back there with the Split Sayer, finish up with
commitment from AmGG. He's not going to move forward, dude. He has not thrown out an attack for like the past 20 seconds, and Godly says, you know what, screw it. A weapon throw, pump fake it, and then get my knockout that way. But just the sheer willing of commitment from AmGG to not press forward when he has a lead. You know, Godly's understanding now. He's like, okay, I see you now. He's downloading.
Godly will be, looks like he is getting it figured out just a little bit. Things are completely even here in game number 1, which isn't a great sign if you're AmGG, because it being so close here in game number 1, I do worry about what game number 2 is going to look like for him, even on these Chakrams, because you are going up against one of the, the disputed best in the region. Oh, but AmG's doing a great job in the air right now, keeping Godly out of range. Godly needs to switch over to that spear. There we go. He recognized it as soon as he saw that weapon spawn come in. Swapping over,
nice
but
catch.
the neutral sig is going to go ahead and catch him. Godly getting picked up by that dare again. Backing up, getting some space, trying to come in. Oh, man.
Nice try. Oh, Godly kind of get pieced up here. He's going to survive. Tried to go for what I consider a pretty strong read. Just didn't work out here. Needs to find a way down. Probably has to run a weapon throw. There it is. Combos into the nair. Doesn't try to overcommit by going for recovery there. Understands that AmGG is probably expecting that and plays a little bit more patiently. And now you can see the tempo of the match is really starting to pick up here as Godly's not trying to have things slow down too much to a crawl there because it's going to be so hard to play from behind. In that situation, gets caught, tagged by the recovery, has to get down, picks up the gauntlets. One good sig and he knows it, but it doesn't connect. The weapon throw eats the corner, and Godly kind of sitting duck there, gets caught by the chakram recovery on the way back. AmGG is going to win game 1.
Man, I really want to see the weapon damage split because I don't feel like we saw very much spear from Godly in that game, and I feel like that is definitely the better matchup. Spear into those chakrams, and we've seen with the gauntlets, seem to be very reliant on him. And we see at the end right there, missing that signature recovery is going to go ahead and send him up and out of here. And a game number 1 going to AmGG. I'm interested to see what stage we end up on. And Godly, here we go. He's going to switch over to the Teros.
Okay.
Now we got an axe. Now we got a hammer. This should be, and we got 9 attack.
Yeah, we spec into attack for sure here, right? Because we there's a certain point where, like, you know, for the people that have been dealing with Chakram this long, I mean, of course, you know, there's some changes to it are coming soon, right? But like,
it's a very long
list. It's a long list of changes, right? You hit a certain point where, like, I think fatigue sets in. Just trying to defend against the weapon and all the threat that it poses at any given moment. And so because of that fatigue, you kind of hit a point where you're like, I want the amount of interactions I have with this weapon to just be minimal. You know, and so you go pick a high strength character like Teros. You're like, all right, bro, if we're doing this, I'm hitting you 3 times max. Like, I'm not trying to do this, you know? And I get it. I get it. I've been there. I've seen the light. But will that be enough? Minimal interaction. That is definitely that's the game plan. If you coming near me, bro, I'm trying to hit you for 35 damage minimum. Minimum. All right, but it looks like AmG is not even going to come back down to the ground as he gets picked up with that D-Light, the Godly hammer in hand. This is one of the weapons we have seen have quite a bit of luck against Chakrams. Stomp-Sayer. There it is, going to send him down. Can he get the follow-up with the weapon throw? Oh, that's my goal. All right, that's looking like Godly right there, finishing up with the unarmed attack. First stock coming off of AmGG, and a Godly right there reading the drop again, but whiffing on the D-Light. Okay, AmGG with the unarmed recovery, waiting for that weapon spawn. Needs a pair of chakrams. Gonna push Godly to the side here. Godly, I mean, really just need, like, these individual hits are gonna matter so much, right? So you really want to try to get, you know, at least one more nair in before you end up losing the stock. That side arrow, that's good damage, and he gets the scoop here. And now if you lose the stock, you're happy. You've done enough. You get one more Stomp-Sayer, now you got the spell in the orange. And look at that, the weapon thrown to the end light. Things are starting to look bad here. AmGG gets caught by the reversal from the hammer recovery. That was all bait, bro. And that's it, just like that. Godly sears into the lead. No, the fact that Godly went that low and stayed that committed, that ground pound, even after it clearly had missed, that was 100% bait to get AmGG to come down there. Was able to go ahead. It worked. The plan worked beautifully, and Godly has a demanding lead here in game number 2 against AmGG. And I love Godly. I mean, really leaning into the weapon throws here, going for weapon throw, instant pickup end light on both weapons that he has, because, you know, at the worst, right, you know, if he throws it at that diagonal, it just says, you know what? Go next. I get it. I get it. It's time. It's time to go next. My man really just gave up. Okay. That's one way for a game to end, as I assume we're going to get reset here, and we're going to go to Miami Dome. So you got those soft platforms maybe sitting a little higher than some of the other maps. Yeah, he really did this set okay. Yeah, you know, sometimes it looks like, honestly, his keyboard made this code. I mean, you know, you might be right. You actually might be right. Because he just stopped moving. But going into the next game here, I mean, if you're Godly, you got to take those. Oh, yeah. Just hop right into the next one. Because there's definitely no doubt in my mind that Chakrams and Priya as a legend can make that comeback. But, I mean, right now, AmGG kind of with the bad start, right? Gets the sword instead of the Chakrams to start. So kind of takes quite a beating from Godly in the time that it takes him to get his first pair of Chakrams. But with that said, I mean, Godly looking for that Stomp-Sayer. You know, we're in that territory now. Godly is starting to figure out the distancing, figuring out where he needs to be to stay out of the danger zone from Chakrams, because just like that, one dare turns into 13 hits, bro. Like, He really just, you know, is able to piece you up. You got to be so careful with your dodges as well. Godly gets a sidelight here, and now, I mean, has this Priya in the red. AmGG trying to get down and around Godly. Has this platform here, and he's using it to great avail. Throwing out those chakrams, hitting the down air onto the stage. Ground pound, and manages to get another, with another, what do you, did he double ground pound him there? Like, what?
Definitely with the 1 ground pound coming off the side. I think that actually was enough. There might have been a weapon throw that came after that.
I see.
It was a very quick interaction. Godly, though, fishing down here on the stage of Miami Domes. Ooh, going up with the recovery. Taking himself up in the air against AmGG. Little risky.
Recovery, nice. Gonna dodge around here.
Yeah, back to hammer. Absolutely, I agree with it.
And he's trying to kind of tank these, right? You know, get one side air, forces the dodge there, and he's not going to be able to get down there and hit AmGG one more time. But an end light in the corner is definitely precarious, and that's exactly what he's going to find. And just like that, we're going to have ourselves a even stock count game.
Absolutely.
All right, now let's see what's the answer going to be here as AmGG tries to get this weapon. Doesn't actually pick it up there. That must have been an accidental misplay. Definitely wanted to pick up that weapon, but here's another spawn. AmGG picks up a pair of chakrams and needs to split them now.
Yeah, he was looking for the space to be able to get that split for sure, and then retreats all the way to the left side of the map, trying to find that dare. He gets it, but no follow-up that time. Godly searching on the ground. We can see the D-Light come out. No, bids his time. Go ahead and extend that range. Ooh, Godly's being very careful right now. Okay. Gonna throw it. Wants that hammer for sure. Oh, whiffing on the nair. What can he find? Dares, go ahead and dodges through the recovery. The reversal.
Getting chopped up here. Godly looking for a big hit. Try to mitigate some of this damage, equalize it a little bit more. Gets caught. Oh, he falls out of that one. Good opening for Godly. Kind of capitalizes off the drop, and now, once again, trying to fish for those final blows. AmGG just looking for a weapon spawn, doing it great unarmed right now. Godly's going to be the one who's unarmed into the sword of AmGG, who just needs a D-Light or even just a Sayer in the corner here to go ahead and close this one out. The Sayer, and there it is, the weapon throw to secure the knockout. AmGG with a bit of a lead.
Man, after what we saw last game, I'm very surprised. I don't want to say I'm surprised, but man, AmGG making the adjustments. He really is adapting to be able to stay in this set. Godly going to go ahead and scoop him up, send him out. Things pretty close here on the final stock. Everything tied up. Who is going to have that advantage going into game number 4? We are going to find out.
Okay, Godly taking his time here. AmGG waiting for that chakram spawn. There it is. Splits it up immediately. And now we clock him right back into work. Let me get these recoveries and lights. And there's no way for Godly to get knocked out up there, right? I mean, because he burned both of his exhausted recoveries. But Godly, you know, just trying to get the hits in, right? You don't even care about a huge conversion. If you're able to get a straight nair, you're like, oh, that D-Light, great damage, right? So you're just like, all right, if I kind of get a little bit of chip damage here, a little bit of chip damage there, I can swap over to the hammer like I am right now, and then, you know, if I get a couple stomps, we can bring this back. AmGG has to be careful as well when he's doing these juggles, because a down air from Godly that high up will just knock out.
Yeah, it absolutely will. Godly's having a hard time finding some offense here, though.
It's all right. He's Teros.
Yeah, he is Teros, but he's also in a red. That scoop is going to go ahead and send him up. The nair disarms, but AmGG back on the sword. He immediately throws it away. He desperately is looking for a weapon spawn. Godly couldn't keep him off of it. Chakra's back in hand. Oh, no, Flambeau. Godly let it off.
What the heck? Are you serious? Dog, what did I just watch? He's goated?
He literally just let it completely
That's
rip,
insane, because what happened here was he tried to go for a chase dodge right there where he got for that side sig. Because he got the stomp on the platform.
Look,
and he just...
no way.
Hey, sometimes you want the game over,
He's the GOAT.
bro.
He's the absolute GOAT.
I can't believe this.
But when everything is on the line, it's that close in a game. That is how you choose to go ahead and try and clutch it out. Great job from Godly. Wow, what a game number 3.
Yeah,
Like, you guys should see Flamo's face right now. He is just flabbergasted on this desk right now.
I'm just like, you know what, bro? You got that. Like, if you're AmGG, you just got to say you got that, bro. This is like, why are you doing that? You know? But it's plays like that get you to, I guess, the winners semifinals, you know? And so never question the kid.
That was crazy.
It was all part of the plan.
That was wild. I cannot believe that worked out so perfectly for him. But okay, we're going to settle into game number 4 as Godly is trying to go to work here. Yeah, the grab to cancel D-Light into the ground pound. No.
Wait, this could be bad for Godly. He gets caught.
It's real bad for Godly. He was not able to reset his options.
Oh,
gravity canceled Silite.
He's confused. And he's going to go high here because you know what? If he goes high, he might be able to keep his stock. And so that's what he goes for. He says instead of going low and then maybe you just take it out the damage, I'm going to just eat whatever damage is coming my way to make sure I get onto that stage. And I think that's the right option from Godly here as the stock count got real close there. Got that stomp when he was coming up from the corner, and that one can be a little weird sometimes, you know, landing up that side air. But all things considered, tight battle. Oh, that's the punish in the side air and the stock. Yeah. You know, AmGG definitely not as comfortable on that sword. I think we all knew that, but that was kind of a more obvious example.
Yeah, definitely not as comfortable on it at all. Ooh, Godly getting taken up with the unarmed recovery. Ooh.
Nice.
Okay, AmGG able to get that split, though. It's fishing for the dares. Godly's going to go ahead and punish that one. Very nicely done. Godly is figuring out his timing on those punishes too, knowing where his window of opportunity really is. Can he find another one? Misses on the D-Light. AmG gets a dare, but no follow-up after that.
And Godly being able to have a pretty successful time doing these diagonal dodges out of hits and then getting away from the vertical dodges, rather vertical chase from the chakrams and getting under it and getting a punish afterwards. So AmGG's going to have to look out for that. But, you know, despite that stock count is even here, AmGG was able to get that recovery in that last stock to go ahead and, you know, bring the stock count to even, but has a lot of damage to make up here. Godly just kind of looking for a stomp, and a stomp is what he found.
Yeah. Gotta go ahead and, looks like he's going to go ahead and juggle the weapons, keep AmGG off of it. Going to swap over, and yeah, he is going to end up on that hammer. And he's figured it out. Stomp. Okay, we're seeing these guys just be very patient. We're seeing the spacing here. Lots of whiffing going on. Godly, though, going to go ahead and start it off with a Sair, but nothing after that. Another one.
Okay, wow, good chops here. Godly. Nice stomp, side air. Crest go for a second stomp. The scoops and go ahead and turn things around. The weapon throw to kind of force it low. AmGG with a perfectly timed dodge to grab the wall here. And Godly now unarmed, trying to get around these chakrams. Can go ahead and pick up, looks like an axe and a side air, almost enough to end the game outright.
About to end the set right there. One more Sair could get it done, even off of this hammer. What's he going to find? What's he going to find? AmG dancing around here in neutral, trying to stay out of the way. A little more damage being attacked on.
Yep.
But Godly going to go ahead and wrap it up right there.
There we go. Godly guaranteed a spot in the winners finals now. So that means, hey, he's pretty happy. You're going to be guaranteed top 3. Able to do it over AmGG, who's been the chakram player making upsets today and kind of chopping through the competition. Godly had a little bit of an issue in that game 1.
Yeah.
Game 2 kind of ended with a AmGG. Oh man, that was such crazy. Every time I see it, I'm just like, bro, like there's no way, right? Like it's like you can't make this up, bro. Like you just.